Okay, welcome to another video. Today we have a LG VX8300. It's one of Verizon's most popular phones, and it is, well, a flip phone. Very old. This one's certainly seen some abuse, and we're going to see if we can bring it back to life first, and then we're going to tear it down. So first thing I thought we'd do is try and hook it up to a power supply, see if we can get some power into the battery, which, and something unusual you don't see on phones anymore is this has a removable battery. So we got a power supply over here. Turn that on, and then see what we got over here. So right now the power supply I've set to about a 0.6 amp constant current. I just have it hooked up to a multimeter so we get the voltage a little more accurately than what this power supply actually shows on the screen. And they conveniently labeled plus and minus on this battery, so let's see if it'll even take any current. I don't know what the current charge of this is either. I didn't check. I'm just gonna see if we can shove voltage into it, and if we can, great. If we can't, oh well. So it looks like it's not doing anything yet. Let's try this one. It looks like it flashes real quick and then goes back. So that's not a good sign. I might not be able to get anything out of this. Maybe we can just hook up the phone directly to the power supply and fool it. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to charge this battery. Alright, backup plan. No smoke yet. I don't think it's coming to life. I think that's the power button. Doesn't smell like fire yet. Oh, there it is. It's booting up. I can see it's drawing about 10 milliamps. Great. This thing's still alive. Use genuine battery. Power off. Wow, so we can detect that that's not a real battery. That's pretty terrible. So I guess that's about as far as we can go with that. But it did come to life, so it definitely works. There's some microprocessor going on in there somewhere, and it knows that the battery doesn't work. Alright, let's see if we can get into it. I saw a couple screws on the back. I don't know what this sticker is here, so maybe we'll start with peeling that off. Oh, looks like there's not too much important there. This is our micro SD card socket. Looks like there might be something there we can peel out, maybe. Use some kind of a tool. Yep. Looks like there's another peel back. Take that off. See if that reveals anything. Nope, just the bag where that SD card was stored in there. Looks like we need a Phillips head screwdriver. A little compact screwdriver kit here. Pretty small one, should be good enough. Nice, this comes apart easy. We'll see how it is. I know newer phones you got all the glue and different things to take apart, so they don't just come apart. This one's got 4 screws I've seen so far, so well, maybe. See if we can get that last one out. And it's gone forever. Alright, let's get rid of that. See if we can get in here. This thing's gonna be full of dirt and dust. Looks like it's just snapping apart. See what we got up here. There's a little cover. Maybe that reveals. Say a little rubber plug in there, and that revealed another screw. Alright, get that one out of there. See if that back cover will come off, or do we have to take this out? Another one of those little rubber plugs right there. That one's not as easy. It's out. That's just a connector. Some kind of connector or something in there. I'm not even sure what that is exactly. Yeah, it's not coming apart that easy. Whoop, something just popped out. Lost some buttons. It's gonna be parts flying everywhere. I could probably lose that door. Probably lose that one. Alright, how do we get that off? Yeah. Does that come out in some way? Your guess is as good as mine. Oh, that worked. Just pull. If all else fails, just rip it apart. Let's see what we got in here. Mostly just... looks like just shielding. So, looks like there's no major electronics on this side. Got a lot of dirt, dust. There's that antenna. Thought that might come out of there, and then it's just a pad over here. It's going to connect to something on there. That's a high-speed connector there. Yeah, let's take a look at this thing. Doesn't look too bad, actually. It's looks fairly modern. Yeah, a lot of tiny components. I don't know what any of these things are exactly. I got a Qualcomm something or other. Look at these. These are speaker connectors, and it has actually got stereo speakers in there. Definitely gonna pop those out. Look at that. That is a tiny speaker, but compared to modern cell phones, these things are absolutely monstrous. Take that connector off. We'll have to do some tests on those later. Neat. Let's see one of those up close. I'll take some nice photos of this so we can see a nice close-up on some of these chips and see what we have going on. So it's got the little sectioned off areas. Obviously got some kind of main processor, some kind of memory. This says Maximum. I'm assuming that's some kind of power supply. Qualcomm, so some kind of radio. We've got a couple different crystals. I don't know what's going on in this area. I can't read those chips from here. We'll have to look up some of the numbers and see what we got going on here, or just, you know, look somewhere else on the internet. I'm sure it's already been done. Let's see if we can get this thing out of here. Oh yeah, that pops right out easy. The back side of that, it's just buttons. It actually just comes right out. It's probably one of the easiest devices I've ever taken apart. And there's our microphone. Little guy down there. It's actually on its own little flat flex cable, and then mounted right in there. I don't see another microphone in here. That's our headphone port up here, or microphone external. Very different. I don't know what that is. Look at that thing. It's very shiny. Shiny. Alright. I can pull that apart. There's our keys. So these are just buttons. All the click. Is in there. So one cable connecting over to the camera and display, both displays, outside display and an inside display. And then also there should be another speaker in here. So I'm guessing that these rubber pieces will pop out and we'll find some more screws to take out. I don't know what that is. It's not a screw though. They just got dirt in them. They're just so filled with dirt you couldn't even tell they were screws. Definitely not the right way to take this apart, but that is the least sealed compartment on this thing. It's definitely filled with a lot of dirt. Another high-speed connector. So we got a little board here. It's got a couple high-speed connectors. Looks like that's got the LED flash. It's got another crystal. Is there a chip on this board? There is a little chip on there. That's going to connect down to the camera module down in there. Just glued in. So there's our camera. And we have another speaker. It's also glued in. We have our double display module. some of that dust off of there. And there's our vibration motor. That gives you that tactical feedback. It's got a little screen in there. That's interesting. So that little screen was in between the vibration motor and the housing. Not exactly sure why. And then the speaker, which had a little grill cloth on it. I just ripped that a little bit. That was popped in there, and these are soldered directly onto this board, and this has the double LCD. So you have a small LCD that was on the outside, and your main LCD that was on the inside, which is just glued onto the back of this PCB. You can see a cable going around here, connecting to that somehow, and they have a little shielding here. This was the connector back to this main board that goes right around through the case and connects everything together. I haven't figured out exactly how to get this hinge apart yet. Pull, apparently that's how you get it apart. And that's it. Yeah. There it is. Destruction complete. And there it is, the teardown of the LG VX8300 cell phone. Absolutely amazing amount of engineer that goes into these things. Just, you know, laying out all the different PCBs and just selecting components. I mean, there's so much inside of these things, and then all the mechanical layout, having to do all the different little flat flex cable sections and figuring out, you know, what display you can use on each side of this, and thermal management and RF and all those different kinds of things. It's just, there's so much in here. And then these little tiny speakers, you know, this thing has 3 different speakers in it, a microphone, a little vibration motor, all this technology, and everything has to consume next to 0 standby power. You know, talking about that standby current this thing has with what would be considered today a vanishingly small battery. This thing also had a full GPS in it, you know, with turn by turn and everything. So this was a heck of a phone. Had a lot of engineering that went into it, and that's about it.